London, a city on the River Thames, which was founded by the Romans in 43 AD. Londinium, as it was called by the Romans, was a sparsely populated enclave. Londinium went through several conquests by the Anglo-Saxons, the Vikings, and by the Normans. Europe at the time, like Africa today, was full of instability, insecurity, and dictatorship by way of monarchies spiraling throughout Europe and even a bit of Eurasia. At the back of British invasion, occupation, genocide, massacre, annexation, and every other noun you can use to describe colonization, which in my opinion was a euphemism. Well, call it what you want. The expedition was definitely unprovoked and uncanny. Nigerians have found comfort in the UK, given that the language we speak comes from Britain, and for a long time we were ruled by the British. Our country was named by them. We bear their names, excel in their religion, speak like them, and a reasonable number of Nigerians call the UK their home. One will wonder, why did Bantu Page come here for an election taking place in Nigeria? Also, diaspora Nigerians can't vote anyway. These are all true. But listening to what they have to say would not kill you, will it? Before we get the boat sailing, let me give you a few facts. Nigerians in the diaspora are the second largest single contributor to our economy. Data from the World Bank revealed that Nigerian diaspora population remitted $65.34 billion in 3 years. 2018, $24.3 billion US dollars. 2019, $23.8 billion US dollars, and 2020, $17.2 billion US dollars. Let's put this into context. Nigeria's 2022 revenue was 10.1 trillion naira, or 23 billion US dollars. That is less than what diaspora Nigerians remitted in 2018 or 2019. As the economic situation in Nigeria worsens, it is normal trajectory for people to move away in search for a better life, and as a result of this, many have scarpered, or as the Nigerians say, japa. The federal government declared in 2017 that no fewer than 17 million Nigerians live abroad. That is more people than Norway, Denmark, and Finland put together. Bantu Page dispatched a team to London to ask Nigerians living there if they know about the candidate, what they think about them. If they were given the opportunity to vote, who will that be and why? We present to you clips from our public opinion session on Nigerians in London, UK.
So, we are in Trafalgar Square, London. This is where it all happened. We've come to London to speak to Nigerians who live in the UK to know what they think about the upcoming election. And we are aware that they're not allowed to vote, but if they were given the opportunity to vote, who would that be for? So we just want to have an overall idea of Nigerians in the UK, and we'll walk towards bits and pockets of central London and find out who's Nigerian, then ask them a few questions, and we'll bring that back to you. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. So yeah, I want to thank you for doing this today. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from Ogun State.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you're aware of the top four candidates, Professor Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Who would you prefer to be the next president of Nigeria?
Well, me, I'll prefer Obi.
Why Obi?
Wow. Well, number one, it's quite unfortunate in Nigeria that we don't listen to manifestos and all that. Going by their manifestos and looking at who is actually serious to make the change, I think Obi is more serious in terms of the manifesto, the antecedents and all that. If you look at let me say, in terms of criminal records, even though maybe you are not guilty, but in terms of invitations that you have received, I don't think Obi has any, if you ask me. So going by that, I think there's a level of assurance. If
Are you assuming that Asiwaju has a criminal record or something?
no, I think he has been invited on several occasions.
But one has to be convicted for you to.
Yeah, I know. No, that was why I said that based on invitations that you have received so far. You understand? And going by, how do I put it now? How do I put this one now? General view. Let me put it that way. General view. I think Obi is more credible.
Just one last question.
Okay.
Now, Nigerians in the diaspora are not allowed to vote. What do you think about that? Because Nigerians here contribute so much back home.
Exactly.
Why don't they let you lot vote? What do you think about that?
Well, I think that has to change because that's why we're talking about the electronic voting, e-voting. So I think they need to do more about e-voting, which because if you are contributing so much to the economy, then you have the right to vote. So that's my own take about that.
Really, thank you so much. Okay, so I just want to ask you a question. So, are you aware of the candidates running for the Nigerian election?
Yeah, literally, I'm aware of three of them. Yeah.
And what do you think about them?
Oh well, I might just say, for now, I think it's the right time to give another different man with different plan a chance.
And okay, I'm aware that you are in London, you're not allowed to vote, and diaspora can't vote, which is a shame. But if you were given a chance to vote, who would that be,
Definitely, it will be Obi.
and why?
I think, like I said earlier, he's a different man coming from a different direction from other people we know. And it's not in the circle of the recycling, the recycle set of people that we've been having right from before.
Shawara is also a different person, and even younger than Obi.
It's not 100%. No one is 100%, but with him, I think we'll have a different dimension.
What do you think about not allowing Nigerians abroad to vote?
I think it's a long way to go because democracy is something that will take time before we get there. We are just starting, and I think with time, if we have the right candidate there, like Peter Obi, I think we might get there sometime.
Thank you so much. Okay, bros, what part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm a Lagosian, full-time Lagosian.
So, among the candidates, we know the top four.
Yeah,
Professor Atiku,
yeah. I know them.
Yeah, so, if you were given a chance to vote, who would you pick?
I think for right-thinking person, the right man is Peter Obi.
Why Peter Obi? Why?
Peter Obi, from what he's saying, is competent, is capable, is the right man for the job. Yeah, he knows what he wants to achieve for Nigerians. So I don't think, in my own opinion, other candidates have not been very explanatory like Peter Obi. Obi has when it came to Chatham, I was opportune to be there. I think he explained a lot about the power situation, what he's going to achieve when he enters the following year. It shows that this man got a plan, yeah. But some other candidate will just go online when they want to campaign, instead of talk about issues, they talk about how another candidate is. You don't need that, yeah. You need to talk policy, let people know what you want to do, yeah. And I think if you look at another angle to it, Obi is not going to come there to corrupt the system. If somebody have gone out of governance for like say a minimum of 8 years, like he left office as governor of Anambra, he said he didn't collect any pension or stuff like that. And it's comfortable compared to others that have been receiving and still want to mess the system up. I think the ball is in the court of Nigerians to decide properly. I made up my mind, yeah. If Nigerians vote Tinubu or Atiku, I'm not going to go to Nigeria again. Yeah, I'm very serious, yeah. I'm not going to go to Nigeria again for the next how many years they are going to rule. I'll just leave them alone because presently the system is when you go there and these people enters, it becomes more.
So, just one question. Nigerians in the diaspora,
Yeah.
you working hard here,
Yeah.
you contribute a lot towards Nigeria,
Yeah.
and you're not allowed to vote. What do you think about that? Is that a good law?
It's not definitely, yeah. I think if you allow diaspora Nigerians to vote, the issue of the northern vote deciding majorly the vote in Nigeria will not be there. That's the issue, yeah. Because the numbers in diaspora, I think if they allow them to vote, you know, when you want to decide Nigeria vote in future, it will be based on real policies, no whether somebody is the time of one person to rule or not. Yeah, it will be based on what is this person bringing to the table, because the diasporans are very well informed. You can't just come and say Emilio Kon or stuff like that. It has to be issue based. Yeah, what do you want to do? What are you bringing to the table to improve the life of Nigerians? Yeah, so to me, Peter Obi said when it comes to office, one of the things he's going to help work out is to allow diasporans to vote, which is good. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for doing this. What part of Nigeria are you from?
Southwest.
Southwest. Good. So we have top four candidates.
Yeah.
Tinubu, Atiku.
We have top two. Top two.
Okay, top two.
Yeah.
That's fine. So if you were given a chance to vote, who would that be for?
Atiku.
And why?
Politics is about numbers and strategy. As we speak, present day Nigeria, Atiku carries the day. When you check about the votes, 19 upper states, upper north, and he has his spread net across all the 6 geopolitical region. So it's like good to go for him. Obi is not yet ripe. Obi would have been. And just some 4 years ago, Obi was under him and they ran the same ticket. So we should not close our eyes to the fact Obi is not ripe. Obi has a 5 states in the southeastern. We have the elites going for him, but the elites don't vote. The locals vote. So we should know that and be clear. I tell my eastern brothers, it is not yet ripe. The eastern part of the country, it is ripe for them to be the president. But for now, Obi is not the candidate. With the fragmentation in the country, I believe that it is not yet ripe for them. So on a win-win situation, I will go for Atiku. And I've been canvassing for him. Not because he's the best, not because he's good, not because he's not corrupt. We all know the truth. But the truth is, this is a game of who led us to this mess. It is the ruling party. So it is anything other than them. But we can't just say anything. Who has more reach than the others? It is still Atiku. That is why.
Then just one last question. Nigerians here can't vote, even though you contribute to Nigeria.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
The best we can do for now is to reach out to our people. You know, by chance, we are not going to suffer from the effects of whatever that happens back home. But by chance, we will still suffer because when things go worse for our people back home, they cry to us to help them, to assist them. If they have to choose, they should choose right. For now, we cannot vote and we should have that. The best we can do is what you are doing, what I'm doing, and
I just ask you what part of Nigeria you're from.
Well, I'm from Delta State.
Delta State, thank you. So we have top 4 candidates.
Okay.
Obi, Kwankwaso,
Okay.
Tinubu, and Atiku.
I'll say Obi.
I'll
go for Obi. I'll go for Obi.
Okay, why? That's the main.
Well, he's got vision for the country. And when you elect people like Obi, I believe the poor man will have opportunity in Nigeria. And those down here that we're using our talent down there, we can actually take our talents back to Nigeria to make Nigeria much better. And he will give us the opportunity to do so.
So, have you read anything about Kwankwaso? So, because people don't even care about Kwankwaso because he had some great ideas.
He's got ideas, but I believe something about the Northerners. They believe they own Nigeria. Kwankwaso himself, I don't think he will be fair on both the common man in Nigeria. I don't think he will be fair.
Okay, just one last question, which is very pertinent. Like Nigerians in the diaspora can't vote, but you here contribute so much towards Nigeria's economy. Do you think that's fair?
Well, it's not fair. And one thing Obi is trying to do is try to make sure that we over here in diaspora, we can actually vote. So that's why I love his idea, and himself and his number two. They've got great ideas for Nigeria. And if we can come together to vote them in, trust me, Nigeria will be a better place. You yourself, you want to go back to Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Okay, Uncle, thank you for talking to us.
Yeah.
What part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from Edo.
Edo. So we have those top 4 candidates: Obi, Atiku, Tinubu, and Kwankwaso. Who would you go for if you're given a chance?
Definitely Peter Obi.
Why?
Look, Nigeria needs to start thinking about character and not to integrity. All these things matter. At the end of the day, when people talk about capacity, I think capacity, character, and integrity go together. And from my own point of view, the first 2 candidates, like the APC candidates, Tinubu, the Atiku, look, these guys have always been in politics. The corruption, they are part of it. We're going to be telling lies to each other if we say these 2 guys are not corrupt. Tinubu holds Lagos. Whether we like it or not, that's a fact. He's authoritarian. That's true. Is he corrupt? That's a fact. Same goes to Atiku, though it can't be proved. Kwankwaso is okay, to be frank. But the truth is, he's centered more on Kano, Jigawa, and that's just the problem. But when people study Peter Obi, people need to go back and say, Anambra State is small, yes, but Peter Obi wasn't in politics before he became governor. And at the end of the day, what did he do? He did something which is good. Look, we need to try the younger folks now. And to me, Peter Obi beats everybody hands down. I did my own research, so it's not hearsay. And I lived in Nigeria during the time of Tinubu and Atiku. Kwankwaso, I used to be a lecturer in BUK. Kwankwaso did well. There's no doubt about that. If I'm not voting Peter, I'll think of Kwankwaso. But the other 2 candidates, to be frank, it will be a waste of time if Nigerians decide to vote those 2. They're not worth it, and we will go nowhere.
In-depth knowledge is so deep. I'll just ask you one last question.
Yeah.
Nigerians in the diaspora here in the US and all around the world contribute so much back home, yet they're not allowed to vote. What do you think?
I think it's a misnomer, to be frank.
I agree.
And you can be contributing to a country. Look, diaspora remittance is the 2nd highest
Spot on.
contribution of what? Foreign exchange to Nigeria. Yes. So why shouldn't they vote? It's high time to start voting. And to me, the diasporans too, I think it's high time to start thinking about who their candidate. I've seen people campaign for Tinubu, campaign for BDP. But I ask myself, the fact is that really what we want? We're staying in foreign countries. We've seen better. So it will be good if we start thinking what is good for Nigerian and the best for Nigerian. That's the way I look at it. Yeah.
So, thank you for doing this. What part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from Delta.
Delta. So we have top 4 candidates running, like Tinubu, Atiku, Obi, and Kwankwaso. If you were given the chance to vote, I know diaspora can't vote. Who would you go for?
At the moment, because of the development we want and the change, I will prefer Peter Obi.
Why?
Peter Obi, for the moment now, we will need somebody that can bring change for the government and somebody that is active as well. Not just a candidate that will go there and be like one of those sleeping presidents. At the moment, as we are in Nigeria, we want people with intelligence. We know the other candidates, they're intelligent, they're educated as well. But one of the greatest things we will need at this moment is a vibrant president, somebody that everyone can have access to, not somebody speaking for them, but a very credible candidate that have a say of his own and that can bring industry and prospect for even those in diaspora. They will be willing to go back to, because things will work. That is one of the greatest things we need now. We don't need people that will be there, but other people will be acting for them because of their age and weakness. It is natural in life. That is why I would prefer Peter Obi.
That's a good one. Just one last question. Nigerians in the diaspora, you here contribute so much towards Nigeria, but they don't let you vote. You think that's fair?
At the moment, I think this is the things we're looking at as well. When the development comes with a man with his ideas, if such things are passed to his table, he will be able to put it in place that will make arrangements. That is one of the greatest things we are working at as well. And I pray it work. Thank you.
Hello. I'm not taking that the away.
We can go this way, yeah.
Not taking that the away, don't worry.
That's fine.
What part of Nigeria are you from, bro?
I'm from River State, Port Harcourt.
Okay. Bro, we have top 4 candidates: Kwankwaso, Obi, Tinubu, and Atiku. I mean, if you were given the chance to vote, I know we live in London, we're diaspora. Who would you go for, and why?
Peter Obi, definitely.
Why?
And the reason being is very simple. If you can see from their manifesto, their ideas that they share. Someone that is closer to Peter Obi in terms of what they can offer is Kwankwaso. But however, I prefer Obi because so many of them, they have been on that place. Kwankwaso he has worked with Abacha before. So he has been on that place. Even if he has not given the opportunity to do something, I would still want to say let's shift a bit because the North has been the ones ruling and so on and so forth. So let's try the other aspect of Nigeria. But in terms of talking about Peter Obi, you can track his record. Being a governor, you saw what he did. He had lots of problems even with his own people. Why? Because he wasn't playing as expected. He was doing what he needs to do, which is being very fair. And that's what we need in politics.
Just one last question before, like, what do you think about Nigerians here contribute so much back home? Like, we contribute, yet we can't vote. You think that's fair?
No, that's not fair because we're all Nigerians. Yeah. We are, in as much as we migrated to this place or we have different places, this place, that's our motherland. Absolutely. So we have every right to be part of it because if the people over there, how will I put it? It's generally it's about consensus. So it's still our place, regardless of we being living here. So we have that right because if the people over there are voting for people that we think that are not supposed to be, like a person like Tinubu, which for me, there is no point. He can't even express himself. So how can he then lead people? We are even suffering the same thing that, what's his name, Buhari is doing. So why? So we need people because these people, they can go and mobilize these people, give them money and so on and so forth. But we have people over here. I'm not saying that everybody here supports Obi or who, but you have people here also who are saying we can compare the difference where we are. We're not saying these people are better than us. We're not saying Nigeria is rubbish. No, stop it. But what we're saying is that let there be some sort of governance. We don't have that because you don't know who to talk to. We just have tyrants. We have people that are just doing things within themselves. So we need that kind of communism where everybody comes together and so on and so forth.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Uche from Bantu Page. You can see I am here at Woolwich Arsenal DLR station. Instructively, Arsenal Football Club started here in Woolwich. If I probably zoom towards the brick building there, you can probably just make out the name Royal Arsenal Gatehouse. And to the left and the right of it, you will see two guns, or two cannon guns basically, which is the emblem of Arsenal Football Club. So Arsenal as a football club started here in Woolwich Arsenal, even though they have their new home now at the Emirates. The purpose of my visit here is to speak to Nigerians in particular regarding the upcoming presidential election that is coming up next month in Nigeria. So my name is Justice from Bantu Page. Who would you vote for if you have a vote? Yeah.
To be there during the election. Actually, I will vote to the right person. Right person, no other person rather than Peter Obi.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I ask you why you vote for Peter Obi?
The reason is that you have been told Peter Obi is well sincere. Do you understand the way we see things? Actually, being the governor and ex-governor of Anambra State,
yeah,
he did a lot. We really did a lot for Anambra State. We don't hold workers.
Yeah.
I myself am from Anambra precisely.
Okay.
I benefited on the powerful work we did in Anambra State. So probably I will have been praying if we go with Peme, we dey do everything normal without maybe put here, collect here. I think he's already there on a track. We believe God that he will go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you think any other candidate can do anything to sway your mind? What do you think they can do to change your opinion of them and get you to vote for them?
Opinion of to vote for Peter?
To vote for any other candidate, what do you think they can do?
No, money cannot do that. Nothing. I say absolutely nothing. I stand where I stood. So I don't think anything, money or whatever can change my mind.
Thank you so much for talking to us on Bantu Page.
Yeah.
Have a good day. My name is Justice. I'm from Bantu Page Media. I've been asking Nigerians in diaspora, especially in London, who they will vote for if they have the vote in the upcoming election. Who would you vote for if you have the vote?
I would like to vote for Peter Obi.
Is there any reason why you prefer Peter Obi?
He's young and vibrant, and he has done something great before, and hopefully he can perform. If he's not corrupted, if he's not being, he doesn't watch he doesn't follow the others that have been making us slaves in that country, that doesn't give us the grace of coming home and relax. So I think you can do something great.
Thank you so much. Is there anything any other candidate will do to sway your vote?
They don't have that reputation.
Okay.
The reputation is not there.
Okay.
They just want to be there to sell us out. They want us to vote for them so they can still continue making us horse and be galloping us everywhere and there, without giving us the necessary things that we needed. All our young folks are on the street. They don't like to steal, they don't like to burgle, but when they don't have anything to do, we want somebody who has got has got great and mighty things to do for the youth in particular, because the youth are tomorrow. So that's why I like that young man.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you. Have a good day, sir. My name is Uche from Bantu Page Media. I've just been asking Nigerians in the UK and in Woolwich precisely, if you have the vote in the upcoming election, who would you vote for?
I'll go for APC.
Okay.
I'll go for APC because I've seen what our presidential candidate has done so far in the issue of Nigeria, especially in Lagos.
Yep.
I'll go for APC.
Very interesting. Is there anything any other candidate would do to sway your mind or your opinion to vote for them?
Oh, if there's another one, I'll go for Peter.
Okay. Okay.
Atiku completely is out of it.
That's a very strong statement.
Because he has done it before.
Okay.
We know how the man has given to sell all our properties because he wants to enrich his pocket and his friends. So for somebody like that, because I know Atiku for quite some time, he has been there during the time of Abiola. He contested under the SDP, if I can remember to the event. He has been there. He just wants everything possible for him to use the power. But Atiku is out of it. He is better.
Thank you so much for your time, sir, this morning. Have a good day. Okay. I'm from Bantu Page, like I said. My name is Uche. We've been asking Londoners what they think, especially Nigerians, regarding the upcoming presidential election in Nigeria. I know we don't have the votes, but if you have the vote, who would you vote for in the election?
Of course, with the youth, we already make our candidates already available. Our presidential candidate is Peter Obi.
Why would you want to vote Peter Obi?
Of course, because he's the one that has the mind of the youth.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we vote Peter Obi, it's like our wish have granted,
Is there anything any other presidential candidate would do to sway your opinion to vote for him?
Nobody.
Your mind is made up. Thank you so much for talking to Bantu Page. Have a good day.